morning, good morning, good morning. Carol Davis here with a spot of sunshine. Today is Wednesday, August 5th. Glad you're here. So I'm excited to continue reading Hope for the Flowers. I love this book because, it's like life, how sometimes we get caught up with chasing the crowd. We don't know where we're going, but if everybody's going there, it must be good. And so this is about two caterpillars climbing all over each other, stepping on each other, just climbing, and no one knows where they're going. But they know it has to be better than what they had on the ground, so they're all doing that. And Stripe is the male, and he's striped. And Yellow is yellow. They're two caterpillars, and they sort of kind of keep crossing each other's paths, and they become really close. But Stripe had just stepped on her head because he said to her, hey, it's me or you. And so he had to step on her head to get farther up. And he immediately felt remorse and guilt because he had an emotional attachment to her, see? So he immediately crawled off her and whispered, I'm sorry. That's where we left yesterday. So to continue, Yellow began to cry. I could stand this life hoping in what was ahead until I met you talking to yourself that day. Since then, my heart just hasn't been in it, but I don't know what to do. I didn't know how badly I felt about this life until then. Just talking about climbing the ladder to who knows where. Stepping on people and hurting people. Now, when you look at me so kindly, I know for sure I don't like this life. I just want to do something like crawl with you and nibble grass. Stripe's heart leapt inside. Everything looked different. The pillar made no sense at all. I would like that too, he whispered. But this meant giving up the climb. A hard decision. Yellow dear, maybe we're close to the top. Maybe if we can help each other, we can get there quickly. Maybe, she said. But they both knew this wasn't what they wanted most. Let's go down, Yellow said. Okay. And they stopped climbing. They clung to each other as masses of caterpillars crawled over them. The air was terrible, but they were happy with each other and made a big ball so nobody could step in their eyes and stomachs. They did nothing at all for what seemed like a long time. Suddenly, they didn't feel anything crawling over them. They unrolled and opened their eyes. They were at the side of the caterpillar pillar. Hi, Stripe, said Yellow. Hi, Yellow, said Stripe. And they crawled off into some fresh green grass to eat and take a nap. Just before they fell asleep, Stripe hugged Yellow. Being together like this is sure different from being crushed in that crowd. It sure is. She smiled and closed her eyes. Hi, Linda. Thanks for being here. So, chapter 3. So Yellow and Stripe romped in the grass and ate and grew fat and loved each other. They were so glad not to be fighting everybody every moment. It was like heaven for a while, but as time passed, even hugging each other seemed a little boring. Each knew every hair of the other. Stripe couldn't help wondering, there must be more to life. Yellow saw how restless he was and tried to make him extra happy and comfortable. Just think how much better this is than that awful mess we left. But we don't know what's at the top, he answered. Maybe we were wrong to come down. Maybe now that we're rested, the two of us could make it to the top. Dear Stripe, please, she begged. We have a nice home and we love each other, and that's enough. It's so much more than all those lonely climbers have. She was so sure Stripe let her convince him. But only for a while. Stripe's hankering for the climbing life worst. The pillar haunted him. He crawled there regularly, looking up and wondering. But the top remained clouded. One day at the pillar, 3 thuds startled Stripe. 3 big caterpillars had fallen from someplace and smashed. 2 seemed dead, but 1 still wiggled. Stripe whispered, What happened? Can I help? He made out just a few words. The top. They'll see. Butterflies alone. The caterpillar died. Stripe crawled home and told Yellow. They were both very sober and quiet. What did the mysterious message mean? Had the caterpillars fallen from the very top? Finally, Stripe answered, I've got to know. I must go and find out the secret of the top. And more gently, will you come and help me? Yellow struggled inside. She loved Stripe and wanted to be with him. She wanted to help him succeed, but she just couldn't believe that the top was worth all it asked to get there. She wanted to get up too. The crawling life wasn't enough for her either. She also had to admit that it looked like the pile was the only way to do it. Stripe seemed so sure that Yellow felt ashamed not to agree. She also felt stupid and embarrassed, and she could never put her reasons into words that his kind of logic would accept. Yet somehow, waiting and not being sure was better than action she couldn't believe in. She couldn't explain, she couldn't prove anything, but for all her love, she couldn't go with Stripe. She just knew climbing was a wrong way to get high. No, she said, heartsick, and Stripe left her for his climb. Chapter 4. Yellow was desolate without Stripe. She crawled daily to the pile looking for him and returned home at night sad. Here's a picture of the pile of caterpillars climbing on top of each other to who knows where. She feared she would never see him again. If she had, she feared she might plunge after him knowing that she shouldn't. She felt like doing something, anything, rather than this uncertain waiting. What in the world do I really want, she sighed. It seems different every few minutes. But I know there must be more. Finally, she became numb and wandered away from everything familiar. One day, a gray-haired caterpillar hanging upside down on a branch surprised her. He seemed caught in some hairy stuff. You seem in trouble, she said. Can I help? No, my dear. I have to do this to become a butterfly. Her whole insides leapt. Butterfly, that word, she thought. Tell me, sir, what's a butterfly? It's what you are meant to become. It flies with beautiful wings and joins the earth to heaven. It drinks only nectar from the flowers and carries the seeds of love from one flower to another. Without butterflies, the world would soon have few flowers. It can't be true, gasped Yellow. How can I believe there's a butterfly inside you or me when all I can see is a fuzzy worm? How does one become a butterfly, she asked pensively. You must want to fly so much they are willing to give up being a caterpillar. You mean to die? Asked Yellow, remembering the three who fell out of the sky. Well, yes and no, he answered. What looks like you will die, but what's really you will still live. Life is changed, not taken away. Isn't that different from those who die without ever becoming butterflies? And if I decide to become a butterfly, said Yellow hesitantly, what do I do? Watch me. I'm making a cocoon. It looks like I'm hiding, I know, but a cocoon is no escape. It's an in-between house where the change takes place. It's a big step since you can never return to caterpillar life. During the change, it will seem to you or to anyone who might peek that nothing is happening, but the butterfly is already becoming. It just takes time. And there's something else. Once you're a butterfly, you can really love, the kind of love that makes new life. It's better than all the hugging caterpillars can do. Oh, let me go and get Stripe, Yellow said. But she sadly knew he was too far into the pile to possibly reach. Don't be sad, said her new friend. If you change, you can fly and show him how beautiful butterflies are. Maybe he will want to become one too. Well, I'm 2 minutes over my time. I went 9 minutes instead of 7 minutes. But see, I have so much fun reading that we will continue this tomorrow, 10 a.m. See you there. Or you can go to my YouTube where I keep these. And that's YouTube. I posted on Facebook the link. But it's Changeless Change YouTube. So, hey, thank you, everybody. Pass the smiles. Let's spin all our smiles into the planet. Thank you. Bye.